latest episode of that SEC podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bratton. Go by SEC Mike on the Twitters, and there he is. Everybody's favorite cousin, featured all over OU Insider. Cousin Shade, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Oh, man, what a day. What a day. Had Roush on earlier. Mm-hmm. He changed the time on me about 3 times. Had cousin Shane on right now. He changed the time on me about 3 times. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Listen, Linda, when your mom calls and says, hey, I made beef stew and fried okra, you say, hey, we're going to push the show back 30 minutes. And that's what happened. I joke, my brother's in, flying Hawaiian, the one last family hoorah, so we all got to meet there at the house. But I apologize. Thank you for all waiting on me. It wasn't Mike's fault this one time. It was me.
Yeah, well, hey, buddy, we got one hell of a lineup here.
Mm-hmm.
Not as good as I mean, we literally, I don't think we could handle 3 weeks in a row like we just had the last 2 in the Southeastern Conference. But what do we always say, Shane? And it always seems to work out this way. When it seems like a down week, all that means is Georgia's probably about to lose, Ole Miss going to lose. Who knows? It's always something crazy on these weeks when we don't see it coming. But still, 6 conference games to break down. Yeah. I couldn't be more excited. You know what?
Yeah, look at it. I mean, we're talking about Hugh Freeze dodging it. I mean, if you lose to Kentucky, are you dodging it anymore? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be at the Oklahoma-Tennessee game, so I'm looking forward to meeting some cousins up there. I know there's going to be some Sooners in town, so be sure to let me know where you're hanging out, and we'll be sure to stop by your tailgate. What's a tailgate I can't miss, you know? Who's got the best food and drink? But I'm looking forward to this weekend, Mike, just because it's 3 weeks in a row that we don't have to explain who this team is, right? We don't have to say, well, they've played this, they've played that. You know, it's a homecoming game. No, it's 3 weeks of nothing but SEC football, and that's what I love about it, man.
Cousin Alan says, Cousin Shane's not wearing pants, is he?
No, I really flew in here at the last second.
So that's news to me. What's your plan for Saturday? Are you going to be up there all day because that's the night game?
Yeah, we're going to get over there early because I try to do one game a year, you know, and this is we had a cousin reach out and he had a couple of tickets. He didn't want to shout out, but I appreciate this young man giving me and my family an opportunity to watch the football game. So we're going to be over there, and I want to get the whole tailgate experience, you know. So I'm like, when in Rome, you know, I want to hit some of the favorite spots and try not to get too buzzed, you know, before I get in there. So I'll waddle up there, but I'm looking forward to they're going to have the night mode engaged, you know, so it's going to be, remember last time, I think you and I watched a game like this. It didn't end well. It ended us throwing mustard bottles and golf balls, but hopefully this one ends a little bit better.
So will you be going dark mode?
Brother, I have like 3 outfits to choose from, and none of them are black, so it will be it'll be blue. I'd probably wear a hoodie because it does look like it's going to be pretty damn cold there. I will say that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just are you going to wear possibly a Halloween costume?
Oh, no, dude, I'm going to be fighting for my life walking up that hill. Last thing I need is to make that tougher. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
No, there won't be any of that. Now, I can't say my kids won't, but yeah, no, me, I'll be in just the usual.
Well, I can already tell them how you'll be fueled going up that big hill.
How's that?
Tennessee. The only way Shane's making it to that game in one piece is Tennessee Legend's going to fuel his ass on Saturday night. You know what?
Well, they gave me a parking permit on one condition. I bring some Tennessee Legend with me. So I'm going to be handing out some bottles there. So, yes, Tennessee Legend, if you've not been there, what are you doing, Sooner fans? Be sure to stop in. I know a lot of people ask me, say, what do we do? What do we do in town? I know a lot of people staying in the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area. Swing on over. Tennessee Legend cannot be easier to get to. It's one of the first distilleries you're going to run into off the interstate. Let them know the cousin sent you. Not only going to get a discount, but you will get a free gift as well. We got 2 in Sevierville, 1 in Nashville. And if you can't make it, you know what? Just go down to your local package store and say, we need this on our shelves. And if they reach out to Tennessee Legend, they'll get it mailed down there, and then you guys can take advantage of it. Yeah.
All right, Shane. Before we get into these previews, I just thought this would be kind of fun. I don't know. I don't think there's. I mean, I hate to talk about something and say, you know what, they really don't mean anything. But we have coaching odds, updated coaching odds for LSU, Arkansas, and Florida. So these sports books, to my knowledge, they put limits on this because this is one area where they don't want to get they don't want $1 million John Gruden bet. They don't want John Gruden to place $1 million that he's going to be the next Florida coach, and then they're going to have to pay him for the rest of his life, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Again, these are more for fun than anything, but I just thought it would be fun to discuss, and let's do it in order of the jobs that became open, or in reverse order, I should say. So let's start with LSU because that's kind of the hot topic. Number 1, best odds right now, for what it's worth, to be the next LSU coach, Shane. Who's my favorite coach that they've started drinking because I keep talking about him?
John Sumrall.
Yeah, 3-2 odds to be the next LSU coach, John Sumrall. Now, again, do I think he's going to be the next LSU coach? Probably not. LSU, for some reason, Shane, they've got it in their heads like they are better, but they've got it in their heads we're like Tulane, Louisiana Lafayette. We're LSU, buddy. We don't interview little brother down the street. So I don't know that John, I'm not saying he's going to be the next coach, but he's got the best odds. What's your reaction to that?
I don't hate it. I mean, the man is obviously known in that area. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything he's done with Tulane has been short of impressive. So I think, I don't know, man. We talk about these buyouts and how dumb they are and stuff, and you feel like at some point there's going to be a little bit of a change, and I feel like this would be an opportunity, right? Maybe set up some sort of incentive-based program for a John Summer where he can make top 10 money, but in the meantime, take some of that extra money you're not spending on a coach or a buyout and invest it in NIL. I think that would be a bad idea. So, they have an opportunity here to kind of positive spin it. And I'm not saying you're going to get John Sumrall for cheap, but you can get him cheaper than some of these names you're about to mention. I guarantee it.
Right. Well, all right. Number 2 best odds, Shane. Second best odds. It's not who you think it is. Joe Brady, 2-1. Former passing coordinator.
Yeah.
Secret offensive coordinator, 2019. Now I believe he's Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But the way I hear it, he hates college recruiting and all and everything that goes with that not being a coach. So I really, really, really don't think Joe Brady's coming back to college. So again, I guess but he does have second best odds. Better odds, Shane, than Lane Kiffin, 4-1 to be the next LSU head coach. James Franklin, next, 6-1 odds to be the next LSU coach. Eli Drinkwitz, 8-1. Jeff Brom up there at Louisville, 12-1. Brent Key, he's kicking ass at Georgia Tech, 14-1. Jimbo Fisher, 18-1. That might be the one to put a couple bucks on. Just saying, old Jimbo. Woodward down there loves his ass for some reason. Clark Lee of Vanderbilt, of course, 20-1. Marcus Freeman, 25-1. And Urban Meyer, 25.
Oh, he's still there, huh?
Any of the guys I mentioned. Best bet in your book.
I mean, I'm not rolling Lane Kiffin out just yet because I've said it from the mountaintop that if this job ever opened up, I don't know. I would say that one would be up there. I hear Braum a lot, just because of the success that he has. And if you look at his track record, you want to bring in a proven winner sometimes, I would imagine. I don't know. Those are just a couple of the names that I'm thinking of, but I feel like John Summerall's definitely not ruled out. I mean, obviously he's a favorite for a reason. He's a hot commodity. I joked with you, Mike. I said, remember when Kentucky had a small window to hire this guy? Now they don't, because again, he's proven it. He's a winner, and imagine having the resources that LSU has. So, yeah, those are just some of the names that stand out to me.
And then I don't want to go over all of them because it's a long list.
Yeah.
But the last guy on the list, Shane.
Nick Saban.
75-1. Nick Saban. Come on down. Back to Baton Rouge. They hated your ass. They'll love you again. I'm just saying. Until they hire a next coach.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rule it out. I'll just say that.
It's funny. I know how Ole Miss fans feel. A little bit, I know how Mizzou fans feel. Here we're talking about their coach, right? Taking their coach and moving them down. Why wouldn't they take this dream job, And then I saw Josh Heupel's name pop up on a message board there in LSU. I was like, whoa, wait, now he's off limits, You take Lane Kiffin, but don't take my boy Josh Heupel.
You know who hates hearing that?
Who?
Steven Up.
Always showing up for them boys in Tuscaloosa. It's Steven Up. Roll Tide.
Thank you, Steven Up.
Cuz. Appreciate you.
He gifted old Squatchy. Squatchy's back. Squatchy, welcome
to the family.
How much do you think it would take, realistically, to get Nick Saban to take his job? And I know it's not about money.
Yeah.
Because the guy's rich as hell, but if they offered him X amount, he literally could not say no to it.
Yeah, it'd be up there, right? But would it be just him? It'd have to be a total buy, because Saban wouldn't be there long, 3-4 years max, So I mean, the kids need to know that right up front, that there's an expiration date on this thing. But I think it would be total buy-in, more about the recruiting budget, and then so much Nick Saban money. And so I would say if we're talking Saban money, 15 would be the magic number.
Hey, how about delusional comment of the night? Shout out Cousin John. Saban can go. It was Bama, not Saban.
What's that?
Like Bama would have went on this damn rampage without the greatest coach of all time, when they couldn't do shit without him. And hell, they haven't done anything without him since then either.
I wonder, biggest, like you said, biggest mistake he said he ever made, and he's told Jimmy this, was going pro, was leaving LSU. And of course, he took that Bama job and whatnot, but it makes you wonder what would have happened if he would have planted roots right there.
Yeah.
I mean, would the dynasty been down in LSU? So,
undoubtedly it would have been.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Tesla says 4 years, $100 million, $25 million a year.
Damn.
I think he'd be underpaid even at that price.
Dude, can they come up with that kind of money though? I mean, we got a $54 million buyout that we got to worry about too. Not even considering the other coaches. You know what I'm saying? And then like, oh, you know what? We'll throw $100 million. It's like, what are you making? Printing money down there all of a sudden? I thought LSU was one of the poorer schools.
All right. How about this one, Shane?
Yeah.
Florida Gators. Now, there's one coach. Heavy favorite. In fact, you got to bet a lot of money just to gain it. It's minus odds. Yeah. So it's like, instead of saying 2-1, it's 1-2. Who do you think is the betting favorite to be the next Florida coach?
I have no idea. Eli Drinkwitz.
You nailed it. Don't doubt yourself. Don't ever doubt yourself, Shane. Eli Drinkwitz, a minus to be the next Florida coach. Thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, we always talked about this being a place for him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I go back to the old lightsaber days, when he absolutely hated Florida. Man, Gator fans, they're going to eat a lot of crow. They better delete a lot of tweets, by the time he gets down there, because they were not a fan of this man. But you got to be a fan of the work that he's put in, right? Not just him, but the teams that he's created, the coaches that he's created, because some of these coaches that have gone on to get prominent jobs elsewhere, I feel like when we talk about guys like Nick Saban, what's the first thing they talk about? The Saban tree. And they bring up all the coaches that used to be on this staff. Well, quietly, Drink's doing the same thing. He's putting great coordinators out there. So, I feel like this would be a home run hire for Florida. And I know Mizzou fans would not want to lose him.
Yeah, Cousin Tony said he'd quit football. All right, second best odds to be the next Florida coach. James Franklin, 2-1.
Ugh.
Well, better odds than Kiffin. How about that? Kiffin's 3-1, so not far off.
Do you think that's? I'm sorry.
Jed Fish, the Washington coach, 9-1. So again, there's a big separation between Kiffin and Fish.
Yeah.
What were you going to ask about old Kiffin?
Do you think that did that move when the LSU job opened? Like, if LSU didn't open up, would you still have Lane in that third spot, or would you probably have him a little higher, you think? Because I feel like the less likely is you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying. But I guess, Ole Miss winning,
Yeah.
Missouri losing, one's likely to make the playoff, one isn't. I think that's a factor as well. But I don't think this is LSU related, because I don't think Kiffin was ever going to Florida.
Right.
I really don't. Whether LSU is open or not, I don't think he's going to Florida.
All right. Can you give me a second, Mike? I will be right back. All right. I'll be right back.
How about this one from old Eric Giffen? Some drink hate, which guy gets enough love. Let's give him some hate here. Drake is 0-12 versus SEC teams that end the season with a winning record. He's 4-4 against SEC teams that finish with a 500 conference record. He has not won a big in-conference game. I don't know that I would agree with that last statement. I mean, that statistic you got's pretty damning, but you got to consider a lot of things. He was at Missouri. He kind of had to build it up. He's got it to a really good point now. And would he have, again, you're kind of cherry picking stats here when you say he's got a couple against 4-4 teams, but that's because he beat them, right? So you can't sit here and say, oh, all those teams he beat, none of them finished with a winning record. Well, that's because they lost to fucking Missouri. You know what I mean? So we got to give him credit for doing something, right? And his record in one-score games is pretty outstanding. I think he's I just did the graphic. I think he's 4th or 5th right now in the SEC when it comes to one-score records in one-score games. So that's an indication that he's a really good coach. And I have seen some Florida fans bicker about the fact that the record for Missouri is drastically improved when he hired Kirby Moore as an offensive coordinator and took away the play calling duties from himself. And they're using that as some kind of like, well, this is all just Kirby Moore. Whereas I think a Mizzou fan right now would tell you if they could fire Kirby Moore, they would. Which I think that's crazy, by the way. But the point being is it's not damn Kirby Moore is like some genius and Drink is an idiot. That should not be seen as some slight on Eli Drinkwitz. That should be seen as the exact opposite of the guy you just ran his ass out of town, Billy Napier, who was so hard-headed that he didn't believe he needed a coordinator. So a coach identifying a weakness in his program, swallowing his pride, hiring, and not only hiring, but identifying and hiring. You can hire, look at old Brian Kelly, another one. You can hire an offensive coordinator. Doesn't mean they're going to be worth a damn. They just had to jettison Joe Sloan out of there. So to say it's a slight against Eli Drinkwitz that he can identify a play caller, hire a play caller, and then the program takes off, I think that's kind of asinine, to be quite frank. But again, yeah, some of these statistics are damning. I get you that. But at the end of the day, how many of these, and I bet you don't have this stat because, again, people just cherry pick stats, of these 12 games that you're citing that Drink has not beaten, how many of them have superior talent than Missouri? And I would bet you about 12 of them, 12 of the 12. We're talking Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. I mean, this ain't shitty teams he's losing to here. So talent matters more than anything. And he'll have better talent if he takes the Florida job more often than not. So, man, Shane is taking a long time taking a shit here, isn't he? What else we got here? Any other questions while Shane dumps away over here? Yeah, he definitely did. First time. I'm glad he just didn't do it on the air. That could have been messy. Appreciate your Prometheus. I'm losing my voice for all of a sudden. When schools stop giving coaches these contracts with massive buyouts, that money needs to go somewhere else. I agree, but you may need to look up a man named Jimmy Sexton. Super agent. He's got all these damn schools, all these ADs over the damn barrel. And case in point, like this is a valid question that everybody's asking when a Brian Kelly gets fired and he's got 50-some million out the door. James Franklin, same deal's got 50-some million. How that happens? Missouri will give Drink literally whatever he asked for within reason to keep him. Whether it's $100 million guaranteed deal to not go to Florida, they'll do it. There's reports, and I don't know that they're valid, but there are reports that Lane Kiffin has a $13 million offer to go to Florida. So again, I'm not saying he does, but that's been out there. And I don't know that that's true. But what's that going to do for Ole Miss? If they can pay that, they're going to give him $13 million, and they'll probably guarantee it. So we can't sit on one hand and say, well, we got to stop with this guaranteed nonsense, while at the same time, Ole Miss will guarantee kiss his ass for the next 10 years in a contract. Because when you got a coach that's winning, you want to do everything you can to keep him. Same deal as, any of these schools. If Josh Heupel got a call today from LSU, you just saw Shane, how he overreacted, right? Tennessee will give Heupel whatever the hell he wants. It's the world we live in. When these guys are in demand, when there's a job opening, and it's a credit to Jimmy Sexton because this is what he does day after day, year after year. He's an expert negotiator, and like LSU's AD clearly is not an expert negotiator because he does these contracts not that often. Once every couple of years. They're just all of them. They're outwitted and outsmarted by Jimmy Sexton because what's the alternative? You're going to lose your coach anytime you have success. Mike Andrews. So Mike, you think Drink is a top 3 coach? Where in the fuck did you hear that? Out of anything I said, I've literally never said that. So I don't know where you're getting top 3 coach for Drink. Certainly didn't say that, but he's in the top half of the SEC firmly in the top half. So top 8 for sure, but top 3, literally nobody said that. There's a Tony, there's a button on the oven that says pizza. August, Florida fans do not want Drink. A petition being sent to AD Strickland. Florida fans, not the ones here. You're great. But I've seen a lot of them online, and they're not the brightest. They're not the sharpest crayons in the box, if that's their reaction. Because he's a hell of a coach. And if you don't want him, that's fine. Maybe there's probably better coaches out there, perhaps, but a quality Southeastern Conference coach that can recruit, that knows NIL, that plays the media game, and that's, whether you believe that or not, that's more important than ever. Guess who didn't? Brian Kelly. His ass is out of here. You know what I mean? So you've got to play that game too. He can coach. He wins. I don't know. Maybe you guys need to look up Missouri's record the last couple of years because it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Grim says, what kind of TP does Cousin Shane use? I think he's currently out. Maybe that's part of the holdup. He's outside using some of them pine cones, which I don't recommend. But I have been to Shane's house, and there are plenty of pine cones right there, just a couple feet away from his door, to be honest with you. Shane's on the phone with the LSU. I believe it. I believe it. Cracker Barrel napkins, that's another popular choice. Shout out Philip. I have seen Shane take quite a few of those napkins from the Cracker Barrel. That's probably that's a legitimate concern. Emily says, I'm with you on the massive buyouts without any guarantees. Well, I mean, that'd be nice, but again, that's just not the world we live in. But thankfully, for your sake, Emily, Hugh Freeze was such a gamble, which I'm on the record. I called that out from day one. He had to agree to some like asinine buy. He doesn't have one of these buyouts because Auburn was so stupid to hire him. They were literally the only ones that wanted him in the Southeastern Conference, that they knew they didn't have to give him a massive buyout. So credit Auburn. They did one smart thing when they signed that loser, and when they fire him here in a week or two, they're going to be happy that they did that at least. But Brad says, not only does Sexton represent coaches, he represents ADs too. That's news to me. I don't know that many ADs have agents, but maybe they do. Maybe they do. What else we got here? Shane's a man. He uses his hand. Ashley Schaefer says, Shane is causing a small earthquake in eastern Tennessee with his bathroom right now. Must have had Taco Bell. No, didn't you hear him? He said he had his mother's cooking, which, who knows what was going on with there. Shout out Outlaw of college football. The days of Blue Buds rating the mid-card Power 4 is over with NIL. You have to start going after the best assistants. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, there's only so many really good coaches, and there's a lot of openings right now. I don't think assistants, though. I don't think that is very logical. Again, maybe I see what you're saying with, like, you can't just get Eli Drinkwitz from Missouri. You can't just get Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss. But you sure as hell can get any ACC coach, I would think. You could get probably half the Big Ten coaches. I mean, there's coaches to be had, even lower level guys. There's a lot of coaches. It's certainly, you don't have to, like, if you're LSU or Florida, no, you certainly don't need, you certainly don't need to go down to assistants. Maybe JP, maybe he's out there with Shane. He's out there outside of Joplin. Oh no, be safe out there, JP. Maybe that's where Shane went. Shane's on the way to help you, JP. Hold on here. Mike Andrews back. Shane doing the walk of shame. I guess so. Keep in mind, now he said 6:30, right? Or 7:30 his time. He said he delayed the show at 30 minutes. I can show you the text. He said delay it an hour. And then he changed it once again. So maybe we should have just waited an hour. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but Ken Musk said Gators would take Shane if they hired Joe Brady as offensive coordinator. Mizzou says Florida's average now in the world of NIL. I mean, that's them's fighting words in this chat, but I don't think you're off base. I think the Florida job's overrated. I really do. And I think they're going to find, I mean, we do this every time they have to hire a coach, right? They just hired Billy Napier. Now, he was an in-demand G5 coach, but he was a G5 coach nonetheless. And then I think back to even, I don't know how long ago that would have been, 10 years ago, maybe not even, when they thought they could get Chip Kelly or Scott Frost. And Chip Kelly, you know, he was perceived to be a much better coach at the time. Scott Frost was coming off an undefeated season at Central Florida, and they couldn't get either one of them. So I don't know. I don't know that Florida's just going to get whoever the hell they want. I don't believe it. Shane's getting he's getting a head start on them miles. I could see it. What in the hell is he doing here? Oh, well, I don't know. He said, cheese on this. So, all right, update from Shane. That son of a bee. He says his daughters broke down on the side of the road. She could have waited till the end of the podcast. Shane. Always putting family first. Except I'm his family too, you know. Think he'd put us first. So, I'm going to text him. Let's see. How far down the road is she at? How far down the road is she at? The cousins are asking. Let's see if he gets back to me. I don't know that he will, but I'm going to keep this open just in case. He doesn't, you know, Shane, for as funny a guy as he is, he does not appreciate jokes times like these. But let's see. Let's see what he says here. She's hanging out with JP. Oh, Lord. You guys are going to drink me to, or drive me to drinking. Can't speak now. All right, let's go back to the odds here. So, again, I'm going to break this down from the top. For Florida, updated coaching odds. Try to buy some time here. Eli Drinkwitz, heavy favorite, minus 105. So, hey, I tried to tell you guys like a month or two ago, I thought Drink was going to be the next Florida coach. You didn't want to listen. But the odds makers, for what it's worth, and honestly, it's not worth much. But they are listening. A lot of people think. I don't know that this is true. I have heard this, Ryan. BK's buyout dropped 20+ million. I've heard speculation. I don't know that that's true. I hope it is for LSU's sake, because that would be helpful in acquiring the next head coach. But I have heard that. So we will definitely be on top of that. Thank you, Emily. I do like to point out when I'm right, because quite honestly, it's most of the time, if you've noticed. All right, back to the Florida coaching odds. James Franklin, 2-1 odds. Kiffin, 3-1. Jed Fish, Washington coach, 9-1, who I actually think that guy's a pretty good coach. He turned Arizona around. They whooped Oklahoma's ass in a bowl game, for what that's worth. Jeff Brom, who I think I'd take Jeff Brom over any of these guys not named Lane Kiffin. Brom, 10-1, Louisville coach. He's awesome. Alex Golish, 12-1. Kenny Dillingham, 14-1, Arizona State coach. Georgia Tech coach Brent Key, 16-1. And Rhett Lashley, SMU coach, 18-1. So that's the updated odds to be the next Florida coach. Appreciate you, JT. Lane Kiffin will be to Ole Miss in the SEC. Mike Gundy to Oklahoma State in the Big 12. I could see it. I mean, he's got it pretty good there. And they're marching their ass to this is, I don't know if Cousin Robert's in here, but he likes to point. Yeah, here he is. Robert has not let me forget this, and he shouldn't, because I was not right about this. I thought this was a complete rebuild for Ole Miss. I thought 8-4, maybe even 7-5. I mean, the only thing I liked about Ole Miss during the offseason was the schedule, and I try not to get too wrapped up in the schedule. So I had them around 8-4, but they look like they're going to go 11-1. I mean, I think the expectation is 11-1 right now. So Kiffin's got to be up there for Coach of the Year. And again, we can't call it a rebuild. I was wrong on that. This is a reload year. They lost 20 guys to the NFL draft, or not draft, but I think it was. I can't remember the exact number. I think it was 8 drafted or 9 drafted, and then 12 free agent pickups so 20 overall players in the NFL off last year's roster, and they're even better this year. That's a hell of a coaching job. Tim says, I had him 10-2. Sure you did, Tim. Sure you did. You probably did. You're a crazy SOB, but you were right. I was dead wrong. So shout out him. Grim, leave the light on for Shane so he can find it. Should we just have his empty chair? I mean, that's kind of funnier that way, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Go back. Let's go back to Arkansas. Arkansas coaching odds, updated coaching odds here for them Razorbacks. Rhett Lashley, right now the favorite, 3-1 to be the next Arkansas coach. Ryan Satterfield, 4-1 to be, that's the Memphis coach. Bobby Petrino, 5-1. There's no way Bobby Petrino's the next coach. We need to update them odds. whoever put these out. John Summerall 6-1. How about this one? Brian Kelly 6-1 to be the next Arkansas coach. I didn't really think you were coming back. We were just leaving your spot there as a prop.
I'm back. Sorry, my teenage daughter, she ran out of gas just right down the street here, and I didn't want her to be on the highway there. So, sorry, dad duty calls, so I'm back.
Has that ever happened? Have you ever run out of gas?
No, we were just discussing that. In my entire life, I've never ran out of gas because they tell you there's a gauge, I mean, and mine back in the day, I had a question like that. I don't know if you remember that 88 Honda Accord.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it would just go from half to down. So I never let it go under half. I just kept it full. But she was telling me all the times that she's ran out of gas. I was like, how often is this happening? I've already done it twice with my kid here.
I dated this girl.
Yeah.
She was so dumb.
Yeah.
She thought that if the car started, then you're good. So she ran out of gas. And I said, well, there's just like you, there's a damn gauge, right?
Yeah.
And she said, well, once it starts, I think it's good. And I said, so you could just start on E and drive across the country and you're good? I mean, how dumb can you be?
Oh my gosh.
You know who's not dumb?
JR, the legend.
Cousin JR has done it again.
Shout out JR. Get you some gas money, Shane, from JR. Thanks. He's just gifted Sage Terrell. Sage,
welcome to the family. And Sage ran out of gas. I'd go get them, Call me the gas man.
Tony says, I didn't know you dated my ex-wife. Hey, all right. So I was just spinning my wheels here, Shane.
Yeah.
But I got back to Arkansas.
Yes.
I just started coaching odds for Arkansas, right?
Yes.
Rhett Lashley's the favorite, SMU coach.
Okay.
3-1. Memphis coach, which beat Arkansas this year.
Yeah.
4-1. I don't think he's gonna wow us, but if he leads Memphis to the playoff, I think maybe, and I think they just won a big game. I can't recall, but again, I wouldn't write him completely off. Bobby Petrino 5-1.
Yeah.
I think we got to mark that out. It ain't gonna be Bobby. John Summerall 6-1.
Yeah.
I don't think they can get him at this point. But this is the one that's intriguing to me, Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Next Arkansas coach, Brian Kelly 6-1. Would you take him?
Hell yeah, I'd take him. But I just don't see it happening, man. I'm telling you, he's going to tuck tail and go north. And I love all these videos that come out. The Hawaiian, you seen that one? He's like, Brian Kelly. I was watching one. I was like, how can I get on this action? I downloaded a clip from Fargo, and I was going to say he's thinking about taking the Minnesota job, No, Coach Kelly's not. He's not sticking around. But I would say it'd be interesting. So you're just thinking there's no way in hell Bobby P retains this job.
I mean, I feel like any coach that loses to Hugh Freeze, you're not qualified. But again, we're about to talk about this game, but he needs to be state. And then he's got at LSU, which hell, I mean, they're in shambles. At Texas and Missouri.
Yeah.
Hey, I think he's got to win I mean, hell, Shane, he's 0-3 already. I mean, why would we give this job to Bobby?
I mean, because Arkansas's it's not like they're not Chad Morris bad, So, I mean, this is an Arkansas football team that just can't win the close ones right now. But you could argue a lot of that has to do with the defense, not the offense that's putting points on the board. So, at the end of the day, Bobby P can't coach both sides, but can he? I don't know. So I wouldn't rule it out. Here's the thing I would say too. And I don't like this because I felt Sam was kind of like this, but maybe a bridge hire. We got all these coaches that are getting, that are getting lapped up right now. It's like you can get Bobby for pretty damn cheap right now. And even if it is for a couple of seasons, maybe the opportunities, there's more market in a couple of seasons if it doesn't work out.
Well, here's, I think, a fantastic question, and the one every one of these schools should be asking themselves.
Yeah.
from Planetary Healer. Would another SEC school take a chance on Petrino as head coach?
No.
No. Then you can't hire this guy.
Yeah.
Now,
And in fact, I was thinking, I was like, I'm sorry.
could you hire him to be offensive? Like I think it was
Hell
you that
yes.
said at LSU, they'd be amazing if he was the coordinator at LSU.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, if you went to Auburn and like actually got to do what you wanted to do, could you imagine all that talent? And I was mad about like Jimbo. He handicapped Bobby P. He wouldn't let him do anything he wanted. This was Jimbo's team. So I hate that we, kind of gave him a bad rep. He came up here. He had the full reins. He could do whatever he wanted with that offense. And what have they done? They just put up massive points. And I feel like made their quarterback one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Right. All right. And then, hey, final ones here.
Yeah.
Now this is a legit name that you may not know. The Cousins may not know, but it's time. I see that comment in there.
Yeah. How do I block that one?
This is a name to know. I'm not saying they should hire him.
Yeah.
But maybe they should consider it because I think this guy potentially a big time star. I keep hearing this guy's name, Shane. G.J. Kinney. And you say, well, who the hell's that? North Texas coach.
Yeah.
He's the guy that his quarterback right now is apparently amazing. He threw for like 600 yards on Friday night. He found John Mateer at Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
He found Cam Ward for Washington State. And he found a quarterback by the name of Baker Mayfield. This guy's he can identify quarterbacks really, really well. He's got head coaching experience. And I'm looking up their record right now. But I think they're really good. I think they're like 7-1 right now is North Texas.
Yeah.
So again, I'm not saying he's like the world's greatest coach, but he's a young guy. G.J. Kinney. That's a name to know.
Yeah. G.J.
Or
Is that what you said?
Yeah. I don't know. G.J.
Kinney.
G.J. Kinney.
Brother, I mean, who might argue with that? I just first time I've heard this name, so now I can't.
Oh wait,
say
here we go.
anything.
He's such a good one, Shane. I'm screwing this all up. I'm not even talking about the right guy. That guy is Texas State. They're saying in the comments. Again, I don't watch these damn teams. The guy I'm thinking of is his name's Eric Morris.
Eric Morris.
But that's the guy I was talking about.
Yeah.
Who can recruit these quarterbacks and has got a track record, and his quarterback is amazing right now at North Texas. And I think he's like a walk-on. He had 600 yards in the last game.
This is Jesus said the same thing. I was thinking that. Wait,
they're probably related.
And what's that song? I need cash now. Call JG.
Hey, we're just a bunch of idiots over here.
No, that's where my head went.
All right, hey, we went 42 minutes. Let's get into these previews, Shane.
Yes.
We got some games here. This is one I think number one on my mind here. Mighty Vanderbilt at not so mighty Texas. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Texas favored in this game, Shane, over them Commodores. Ooh. How about that? Vanderbilt, both these teams fighting for their playoff lives here. Texas currently a 2.5-point favorite over the Commodores. What's your thoughts on this one?
I think this is a dogfight right here, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Flying Hawaiian's actually going to go down and watch this game, and I'm kind of jealous because I do think that this one is going to come down to that last possession, or there may, I don't know. This one feels weird. Feels like it's either going to be a close one or a blowout. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like either one team is just going to destroy the other, or it's going to come down to the final possession and maybe who makes the biggest mistake in this thing. So this is going to be a really good football game.
Would you buy into, maybe that's a better way to say it, do you buy into the fact that Vanderbilt, hell, they're number 9 in the country, Shane? What more do they got to do to prove themselves underdogs? Does that help them at all in a spot like this?
Yeah, I don't think they're really paying attention to outside noise anymore. Like, they've completely shut everybody off, except for Pavia. He's doing this. But Pavia can do that, right? I feel like this is everybody against Vanderbilt mentality. So the fact they're underdogs, yeah, maybe gives them a little extra fuel, but they felt the disrespect already, I mean, the coach is getting fired after you beat Vanderbilt. They want that to kind of go away. They want this to be a top 10 football team year in, year out. And brother, this is Pavia told us in the offseason, I'm going to the bowl. I'm going to the playoffs. So who am I to argue with him right now? I was asked like 6 miles already.
Right. And then does it change anything about this game if Arch Manning doesn't play?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if he's back at practice. I know he missed it yesterday.
Yeah.
Concussion protocol. They got Matthew Caldwell, who in the limited time I've seen him, Shane, he's looked pretty good. So I mean, he might be an upgrade. Does that change anything for this matchup?
It's funny. We did this with Simmons, and he came in for Georgia. We're like, you remember that? Yeah, I feel like that one pass at Florida, and say what you want. I thought he played well this week as well, and I mean, maybe it sounds crazy, right? Everybody loves Arch Manning. They love the Mannings, but maybe this is what the team needs—a little breath of fresh air,
And how fascinating is it? Stephen brought this point up, that Vanderbilt could lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine in the summer saying Vanderbilt lose to Texas? Now, that's believable, but lose to Texas, and they're still alive for the playoff. I mean, who in the hell? Nobody could have seen that coming, right?
No. I no, definitely not, man. I said 4 wins is where I was at, Mike. So to sit here and say, you still have a mulligan in November blows my mind, right? Now, if you beat Texas, then you've got Auburn, Kentucky, and Tennessee that you're going to be a favorite in, probably in every one of them. So
if they beat this team, they may go to the SEC championship.
Jeez Louise.
Could you imagine?
I can't. What are we doing? I can't imagine. It makes no sense. We're in the upside down, Mike.
So speaking of motivation,
yeah,
could you swing it just as easily and say, well, hell, tell it Texas will be the motivated one because they have to win out, I believe,
that's crazy,
to make the playoff. While Vanderbilt can drop one, maybe motivation's on their side.
Yeah, well, I mean, you see how emotional these wins have been, right? Of course, they've all been close. Since the Red River, but I tell you, Sark, I've never seen him so damn happy in my life. I didn't think that emotion was in him, But Starkville, it's like they turned over a new leaf, and they're gritty. They're finding ways to win, but they're also going against a team that does the same thing. So, this is, man. The more we talk about this one, why is game day not this one?
I think they just don't want to burn everybody out on old Vandy. You know what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that Heisman race is wide open right now, and I think this would be a good one for Pavia if he could go down there and get a win. And I say it's going to happen, but then I think the old Boo Birds, the ones that's already been out on Texas, they're going to have to eat some crow if Texas beats the top 10, because we can't say Vanderbilt is a bad team now when they've been knocking off these other top 15 teams.
All right. Well, I know you're eager to talk this one, Shane. We got Oklahoma on the road at Tennessee for the night game. Thoughts on this one, Shane? Both these teams still got playoff aspirations. Mm-hmm. Both of them at 6-2, but both of them have 2 conference losses. This is the makings of perhaps a new SEC rivalry, Shane. How about it?
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to it. Seeing them Sooner fans. And I just hate they can't stay the entire time. That third quarter, they're going to want to get out of there. No, I'm just joking. I feel like this is going to be a damn tough football game. I joked. You mentioned OU Insider. That's what we talked about, man. It's just I worry about this offense, and I know Sooner fans are like, what are you talking about? Have you seen our offense the last couple of weeks? And I'm telling you, brother, you ain't seen Tennessee's defense, and that's what I'm worried about. It's just how much give-ups in that squad, and if that happens, how many times does Tennessee fans watch these games where all of a sudden a team catches fire? It just feels like one of those type games, and I'm not saying Tennessee can't win it. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying that we're going to have something out of that defense. Keep John Mateer on his heels. Make him, make those mistakes he's made here the last couple of weeks. get the crowd noise in it. They're going to have dark mode engaged, so it's going to be electric. But I'm telling you, brother, I worry about this game.
Do you think Heupel is still like extra motivated, or do you think that was just kind of last year?
I think it was a little bit more last year going on the road. I mean, being in Norman, but now you're coming to Heupel's house, right? And I feel like there's still going to be some of that. I referenced what's his name the other day. We were talking about Steve Spurrier, how he got pumped up about the Florida game. So there's a little extra juice, I'm sure, in that locker room, knowing that the Sooners are coming to town.
Yeah,
because the fans will know it. Because the last time the Sooners came over here, it was an emotional loss.
Right, and Tennessee's really banged up, Shane.
Yeah, I know,
on the defensive side of the football. So again, and they're already struggling. So that's got to be an issue. Of course, John Mateer's not been able to take advantage of it. But how about? I mean, it's kind of easy. I'm just kind of blown away. I guess I shouldn't be, Shane, but I'm blown away by how many Sooner fans are like just mad as a damn hornet that they lost to a top 10 team by one possession.
Yeah.
And the sky's falling. I think, this isn't crazy to say anymore, Shane. I'm not predicting this, but Ole Miss could win the national championship.
Yeah.
You may have just lost to the best team in the country by 8 points, and your quarterback didn't play well.
Yep.
Imagine what you could look like against a Tennessee team that I don't think is as good as Ole Miss if your quarterback does see the field a little bit better, if he does hit some of those plays, if we don't fumble on a punt. I think this is a 50-50 ball game.
Yeah.
And the best thing Tennessee's got going for them is it is a night game at home.
Yep.
But otherwise, I mean, I think Oklahoma would probably be an easy prediction in this one.
Neutral site, I'd favor the Sooners, right? I just based off the games that I've seen here the last couple of weeks, not the entire season.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee offense is, without a doubt, it's the best offense that you're going to see all season long, right? But again, this is a Tennessee team that's going into 4 weeks in a row. You mentioned we got a bye week right after this one, a crucial bye week for them Volunteers. You're catching them on the tail end of that. Some physical fought football games. And shit, now that I'm looking at the Sooners, they're not. They're just as bad on the road here. But I just feel like it's a tale of two extreme units, right? You got the offense of Tennessee, you got the defense of Oklahoma. Something's got to give, right? And the fact that it is at home at night, right? I see why we're going to lean a little more Tennessee here, but I don't know, man. Sooners, if they can get some life on offense, this would be a tough football game for them Volunteers.
And don't you think it's fair to say Tennessee's not seen a defense this good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You think about it. Historically, it's always been Georgia or Bama, right? But
yeah, they're not very good on defense this year.
A lot of give up on this team. The toughest one that we faced probably was Mississippi State. So, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
That's what I do, Shane.
Yeah. Why are you doing that? I'm already doubting myself. And then you're like, here I'm going to get all up there in the stadium and then lose? I ain't losing.
All right, how about this one? Speaking of losing, sorry, Gators. World's largest outdoor cocktail party, Shane. Georgia has really got them over a barrel here, won 4 in a row and 7 of the last 8. And they're looking to push that to 5 in a row here. As Florida, of course, has an interim coach now. And, both these teams coming off a bye, so they're rested coming into this one. Mm-hmm. But Georgia, I think it's fair to say, they are seemingly getting better and better each week. While Florida, to me, Shane, this one's all about which Florida shows up.
Yeah.
Because I think Florida could beat anybody. I think they could lose to anybody. And we just have no clue which one is going to show up. Hell, you didn't know anyway. But with Billy Napier there, now it's even more difficult to determine that.
I worry about this one. As far as coaches getting fired midseason, and I love Sam Pittman, but I felt like there was a little fire Bobby P getting the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to get that same opportunity with another Billy? And I say that I jokingly, but Billy came out earlier this week and he was talking about, nobody sits in the seat, that's out of respect for Billy Napier. I'm like, what? I mean, are the kids going to get up for that? You know what I'm saying? Or are they going to get up for the interim coach and try to help you get a job? So I'm a little worried about, and I'm just reading into the words, but I'm a little worried about this transition, Mike.
Is like the ghost of Billy Napier will still be there?
Yeah, just like we're getting like for the old Gipper, we're gonna get one. It's like no, we gotta have some fire on this. The one thing that drove us nuts about Billy Napier, especially at the podium, was he wasn't a fiery guy and he didn't get the fans pumped up. But you have an opportunity, right? It's changing of the guard. Sometimes you can get a little lightning in the bottle with the new guy, but I don't know. These comments didn't do it for me, and I'm glad we didn't play them.
Yeah. Well, what about Georgia's defense? If they don't have themselves a day against Florida,
yeah,
I'll be nervous about this team. What about you?
Liquid says Napier didn't die; he got fired. What the hell? Yeah, they're walking around like. Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say, Mike? It was really good point.
Just the fact that if Georgia struggles defensively against this Florida team, how concerned will you be about this Georgia defense moving forward?
I think I'm already there, man. I kind of give up. I gave up on the. You talk about the ghost of Georgia's defense. It's a serviceable defense, right? But it's not one that scares you as much as it used to, right? That defensive front used to be I mean, they would kick your teeth in, and I'm not seeing it in the trenches at all. So, I think if Florida has success here, and that may be the recipe, is take some of these weapons that Billy left behind in the wheel and try to get, some explosive plays early, because that's what Georgia has had success here lately, is just jumping on teams. And if you are the aggressor and then all of a sudden Florida's sitting there, it's like you talk about, maybe giving your guys a chance, a fighting chance, and that's what you got to have here.
Mm-hmm. They're asking about the SeatGeek promo. There you go. SEC 10, get you 10% off here, cousin Ben. We appreciate the support.
Hell yeah. They're going to be this last one in Jacksonville too for a while.
Yeah, I think they're moving it down to Tampa for 2 years as they work on the stadium. But hey, all right, how about this one, Shane? Another interesting game, perhaps. South Carolina at Ole Miss, buddy. And again, is this a great game? Perhaps not. But if South Carolina that showed up last week, damn near beat Alabama, should have beat Alabama if you ask me. And then you got Ole Miss. They've locked it in already, right? They're coming home, sleepy, overlooking. Hell, I mean, I think people always forget this, Shane. The game they lost to Kentucky was a home game.
Yep.
Washington State, they could have lost. That was a home game.
Yep.
Arkansas, if they didn't fumble, they would have lost. Home game. I'm just saying, this is not exactly an elite home field advantage. Could that play a factor in this ball game?
Yep. I mean, are the kids even going to show up to this thing? I mean, is the weather conditions perfect or not? I don't know. But, hey, you got Lane Kiffin out here. Obviously, got a lot of noise, a lot of rumors floating around, and he wants to stick at home. But if he gets there and this damn place is 75% capacity and it's not electric like it should be for this Ole Miss Rebel football team, I mean, you want to sit there and say, I want to keep my coach? Well, then show him. Get there and show him that you want to be. Elite teams do not leave empty stadiums, and I don't give a shit who you're playing against. And South Carolina is one of those teams. That's Bama. I mean, they should have lost that game, man. And you better believe South Carolina. I mean, they got nothing to lose anymore. They're playing with house money here. The best thing that could happen for Shane Beamer is to go over here, get a top 10 win, and then put that little feather in his cap, right? So I feel like South Carolina, as much as there may be give up in the stadium at times, there is not give up in that locker room. This team is still scrapping and still fighting for everything they can get. Did you kill another spider?
No, I've totally forgot, Shane. Clip of the year.
Yeah.
And I wanted to save it for this one. For anybody that missed it, I put this out on Twitter. So it got over 3 million views.
Yeah.
Apparently, after Ole Miss beat Oklahoma in Norman, Brent Venables said, I still think we're a better team. Here's Lane Kiffin's thoughts.
But wanted to get your thoughts on the LSU news and just major SEC shakeup. Kind of how was your reaction to that?
I mean, very surprising. I mean, it's the college world we're living in now. We really, if you think about it, we talk about the players now are like NFL players, how they're paid. And now I feel like the college coaches now are more like the NFL coaches where, the firings happen quick.
It's not the right clip. Sorry.
I was waiting for it.
Wait, I'll keep your spieling. I'll find it. It's right here.
So back in 1982 is the year I was born, but you didn't know that there was a World's Fair going on in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I always say that thing was there for me. So, hey, while he's gone, let's read some comments here. Bring back the wig. I got it over here. I thought about doing that maybe, oh, shit. Is it Halloween week?
It is.
Mike, we didn't do any festive activities. What the hell?
I've tried to get you to do it, and you ignored I have the perfect Halloween for us, but it's probably too late to do it.
No, it's not too late. We've got, what is today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
We got Wednesday and Thursday. We've got 2 more days. Let's start bringing some shit in here.
Okay. Well, I have something that I was already planning on Thursday,
Okay.
and then there's Wednesday. So
All right. So let's do, next 2 days. I promise I'll dress up. I'm thinking about doing Bam Bam Bigelow for one of them. And I haven't quite thought of the other one. So any good suggestions, cousins, be sure to let me know.
okay. Take another question. It's still loading. I don't know why it's going so slow.
It's okay. Yeah, we got it here. Let's see, cuzzos. What we got over here? Hey, I want to ask. Somebody asked earlier about Texas. Going back a little bit, they said they were talking about what if Oklahoma. I mentioned Texas, but what if Oklahoma hasn't played a good offense? What if that's the case? You start looking at the games. Now, I do feel like Ole Miss has a really, really good offense. Of course, they lost the game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, could you argue that South Carolina, Texas, Auburn, Michigan, maybe not really good offenses?
Well, I mean, that was a reason why I picked Ole Miss to beat them.
Yeah.
I thought that would be perhaps the best offense they've played.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that is certainly a fair critique.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think I still think they're really good on defense.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, but again, we can go back and forth on all these, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, because I mean, you're saying Tennessee hasn't played a great defense, which, I mean, on the road, Bama. I thought they played pretty good. I mean, obviously, Georgia had its moments, but it did give up 40 points. So, I go back and forth here, and then I'm starting to look at Oklahoma, and I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, short of Ole Miss. What elite offense have they played?
And then I could just as easily ask you, Shane, maybe these are good, but Oklahoma just dominated them.
Yeah.
And made them look bad.
Well, I will. 2 quarterbacks are out, Auburn and Texas right now. So, I mean.
All right. Here's the real one. I mean, this is amazing. Hopefully, this is the right one. So, Brent Venables, Oklahoma's still better than Ole Miss.
Your thoughts following the game? Coach Brent Venables said he felt like he had the better team. Just your overall thoughts on that.
That's an interesting take. That's a hot take. You have a better team. I wouldn't have thought that people watching would say that. I felt that we won at their place in weather that as a defensive head coach you would normally wish for, and won by 8 points. And I think we left a lot out there. I think we should have won by a couple scores. So I don't know how he evaluated that game, that they were the better team. I mean, we had way more yards, 21 first downs to 14, and we played, 87 plays of offense, and they had 1 sack and didn't force any turnovers. That's a interesting take, but whatever he needs to say.
And also following up to road trips
Maybe
to Georgia.
maybe they had the better team last year too when we beat them. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Following up on the road against Georgia.
Maybe you had the better team in Oklahoma when we beat them 55-19 in the national championship. Maybe you had the better team at Clemson when we beat them 45-40 in the national championship at Alabama. Next question, my bad. You got me
Okay.
on that.
Talking about
Damn, smoked his ass. And I saw one thing that was funny, Shane,
Yeah.
in the comments on that on Twitter. A lot of Oklahoma people defending Venables. I don't know how the hell you defend those comments, but they said, well, Lane wasn't even head coach for those matchups. Well, Brent Venables wasn't the head coach. I mean, it was Venables' defense versus Kiffin offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't even think that's a way to defend that comment, but they tried.
I love it. I love it. This is what I want, man. This is what we all want. We love this shit talking, because
Yeah.
it makes it a little more exciting next time you get to play each other.
And you remember, these two are paired up now in the new look SEC,
Yeah.
so they're going to play annually.
Yeah.
Kiffin said, that's stupid, doesn't make sense. Venables, I don't think he was anything that strong, but hey, I like the fact that they're adding some juice to it a little bit,
Yeah. Well, maybe this is what Sankey paid him. Give him that card. Just kind of flop that one over and see what he does. So, hey, here's what about this for, you remember Uncle Fester? I could do that one. Huh? Another bald guy. I can pull that one off.
Now you're just thinking Halloween. I know you. All right, let's move on to,
Yes.
oh, man, Shane. Mississippi State, Arkansas. Neither one of these has won a damn conference game this year. And would you believe it, Shane? The last time Arkansas won a conference game, any idea who they beat the last time they won one?
That Arkansas?
Yeah.
Tennessee.
No, it was actually Mississippi State.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any idea the last time Mississippi State won a conference game?
Arkansas.
Yeah, beat Arkansas. That ugly ass 7-3 game that was an abomination
Oh, buddy.
years ago with KJ Jefferson throwing a pick and
Yeah.
Zach Arnett was our coach. I mean, it's been that damn long since these teams have won a conference game, and they got to, someone gets one on Saturday, and I guess that's going to be celebrated. But who needs this one more, Shane? Is it Mississippi State, who hasn't won in 16 conference games, or is it Arkansas, who we're still clinging to a hope that we can make the bowl game? We're clinging to we can get Bobby Petrino to get a full-time job. Who needs this one more, you think?
Mississippi State. Mississippi State, without a doubt. I mean, we've all seen what's his name up there? BW, is that I mean, that video's been floating around. It's just them state fans, they've gone through it, and like you said, you look at the Florida game, you look at the Texas game, you look at the Tennessee game, and I'm not saying Arkansas hasn't had those, but this is Mississippi State that, we're sitting here we were talking about Jeff Lebby on short list not too long ago. After that Arizona State, man, we're like, shit, you talk about turning a program around. Look what Lebby's doing over there. And yes, I do feel like this state team is a lot better, miles better than they were this time last year. However, you still have 0 SEC wins. So I feel like this is a bigger game. It's for my opinion, but
If they
what
don't
about
get
you?
this one, they're not getting one, I
No.
think we could sum it up like that as well. Meanwhile, Arkansas, this may be their best shot to get a conference win as well.
Yeah.
But if they can, they get 2 weeks to prepare for LSU. Let's say LSU gets their ass smoked by Bama, which is certainly believable.
Right.
they could get some momentum going. So I could just as easily say it's a big game for Arkansas. But yeah, I think for the programs, for what they're trying to build, for if Jeff Lebby goes 0-8 in conference again,
Yeah.
I don't think we can bring his ass back. How could we if we go 0-8 2 years in a row?
No, and that's the thing. It's a tough pill to swallow, but when you can watch, look what Elko's doing year 2, and I know it's apples and oranges, but you know what I'm saying? It's like he's in his second year, and they're undefeated right now in the Southeastern Conference, and they've played some good football teams. So, I feel like you were watching this further south of you here, and you're saying, well, why can't we do this? Or at least a version of it. And I feel like I said earlier, that I do think this program is a lot better off than it was this time last year. But at the end of the day, if it's resulting in 0 SEC wins, then somebody has to answer for that.
Yep. All right. And then last one, speaking of somebody's got to answer, they got to answer both these for something, Shane. Kentucky at Auburn. I mean, loser leaves town. Both these coaches arguably should have been fired already. I'm seeing a lot of purple. I'm not seeing a lot of green here. Auburn's at home. I don't think they can afford to lose to Kentucky at home. Apparently, Hugh Freeze still hasn't spoken to the AD, Shane. I think they're avoiding each other. Meanwhile, Kentucky is coming off just an absolute beatdown here that they got to the hands of them Tennessee Vols. Tennessee cleared out old Kroger Field. Looked like Kroger on Christmas with nobody in there. But thoughts on this one, Shane? Oh, Kentucky at Auburn.
Trying to see how cheap the tickets are for this game. What do you think the lowest price would be on this one?
$8.
$8. The answer is, here we are. What's that promo code for our
SEC 10 for SeatGeek.
SeatGeek? Cheapest ones I've got. Shit, I can't perform under pressure.
Well, I can tell you because ESPN always has it up.
Okay.
It is the cheapest tickets. It says
$40?
$38.
$38. Okay.
But hey, maybe I just had the wrong game, Shane, because Mississippi State, Arkansas,
Yeah.
you can get in for $9.
Damn. 12, you get to make the first call, huh?
But hell yeah, so $40 save you.
Well, it is. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing about Auburn. They're going to show up. So
get you 10% off at SeatGeek 10.
This one here, it's not one that you can build technically momentum, but I feel like Auburn really needs this one. I mean, they got to have this one. I really do think Hugh Freeze will get fired if he loses to Kentucky. But building off a win on the road last week, you're going to have very few opportunities to make a bowl game. If this team doesn't make a bowl game, you're fired.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask you. If they lose this, do they make a bowl game?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think any shot they do.
No, I mean they're going to they should beat Mercer, but Vandy and Alabama, two of the best teams in the conference right now, and Vandy has your number. You know what I'm saying? So, I do worry about that one, and I'm glad you bring Kentucky up because even though they had a loss here, we're seeing signs of life. We're seeing a football club that was one play away from beating Texas.
Right.
They had opportunities in that Tennessee game if they could just stop this offense a little bit, and they didn't have to run. Oh, go ahead.
As crazy as it sounds, I mean, I know I keep saying basically the same thing over, but I truly believe it. If you could beat Auburn,
Yeah.
which you're an underdog, you're on the road. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you can beat Auburn, you have an opportunity to get some momentum. You get Florida at home, interim coach.
Yep.
They are, now Florida could win this weekend too.
Yeah.
I think it's believable they could lose by 40 too. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
let's say Georgia's absolutely Kirby hates Florida.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't going to be taking them light. Let's say Georgia absolutely stomps Florida. Then you get a limping Florida team coming in here.
Yeah.
And then you got Tennessee Tech. I mean, we could be sitting in a world here, Shane, where Kentucky, they've only won 2 games, but they could be on a 3-game winning streak in 3 weeks' time. But it's got to start Saturday. And again, Hugh Freeze is known for blowing these football games.
Yeah.
About the only thing Auburn can do on offense is run the ball. Kentucky, Shane, I just watched it. I watched it against Texas. I watched it against Tennessee. They can stuff your ass on the line of scrimmage. If Auburn can't run the ball,
Yeah.
I don't know that they, their defense, I think, is borderline elite. So I'm not sitting here saying, Kentucky's going to dominate them or anything. But if they can't run the ball on Kentucky, there's a real shot Kentucky beats them.
Yeah. Clip it. Any ass stuff and comments you can get, you're gonna clip it when Mike says it because he means it. So I feel like, brother, again, this is two coaches that the fan bases hate. You know what I'm saying? Like I get there's a few people still like Hugh Freeze, and there's still probably very few people that like Coach Stoops, but it's like moving forward as we're getting to the tail end of this thing, people remember November. So how did you end? How did you finish? And you may not have had the season you want, but there's going to be some tough decisions that are going to be made, or at least conversations at the end of this season. And if you could get you a couple of wins in the meantime, it makes those conversations a little less, fiery, if you will.
Hey, shout out to Ashley Schaefer, Shane. He says, Shane ain't listening to Mike. He's thinking about Halloween candy.
What's your favorite candy? Do you got a favorite?
Yeah, Reese's Cup. I mean, chocolate peanut butter. I think it's undefeated.
I like Reese Cups, and don't get me wrong. It's just I still don't know why they've not figured out why the bottom of my candy gets peeled off. You know what I'm saying? I have parchment paper that seems like it works with cookies, but for some reason, the bottom of that Reese Cup gets pulled off every single time.
You know who I bet doesn't have that problem?
Who's that?
All Day Trey. Come on. He just gifted a membership. Oh, Shane, to one of our favorites, Jerry Pickle Nips. Jerry, welcome to the family. Courtesy of All Day Trey. Let us know, Trey. You got that problem with the Reese Cups or what? Do you eat candy? You don't eat candy corn, do you? They're asking.
No, that's my wife. She gets candy corn and marshmallows. Y'all know that. Mini marshmallows.
How about Milk Duds?
Hell no. No, I'm not
a Milk Dud, huh?
No.
Kit Kat?
No.
I'm just reading
I'll
them
do.
to you.
Yeah, Kit Kat I will do. I'm going to do all these. If I'm power ranking, they're probably going to be at the bottom of the bag, if you will.
Geez Louise says Big League Chew.
Now, I do some Big League back in the day. That was I will say this, candy, Reese's, I'm with you, chocolate, peanut butter, any type of Snickers, then you go to like a Milky Way, then a Three Musketeer. So that's kind of the less goodies that are inside. Twix, love Twix. Those are good.
How about the smoke, Shane? He's going to change your life here with these
Yeah.
Reese Cups. He says, put them in the fridge, brother. That's what you got. You got to cool them down a little.
Do you think they're going to make them home to the fridge?
Well, it depends on how many you get. You buy
That's true. If I bought a bunch, that would make sense. Yes, that's a good point.
How about Butterfinger?
Love Butterfingers. Yeah, I love Butterfingers. I like them into.
That's why his hands are always so sticky.
Mini Snickers. What's the worst candy besides candy corn?
The worst candy. I don't know that there's many candy I don't
Remember
like.
them? You guys probably. Somebody said you guys talk about this every year. Yes, we do. Do you remember the little orange and brown packets? And you open it up, it's just like this. I don't know, like raw. Like I don't know what you'd call it. Like
I thought of
leather,
one. I thought of one.
peanut butter or something.
Peeps. You remember those?
Heaps. Yeah.
They're like marshmallow and they got glitter on them.
Never been a marshmallow guy. Just never liked them. S'mores, I could do, but yeah, peeps are nasty, and they have all different versions of them, and every single one of them's just as bad as the other.
P5 says, "Did you do any of the candy cigarettes?"
Yeah. I used to sit on the corner. Dude, that's when I first got introduced to gambling.
Shout out my bookie. We got addicted young. You know what?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they threw them lucky strikes at us early, didn't they? We didn't have a chance. Big League Chew, even the beef jerky. Do you remember they chewed it up and they made like Copenhagen out of it? You could put it in your lip, beef jerky.
How about Laffy Taffy? Matthew says I like Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't like I like chocolate peanut butter, but I do like Laffy Taffy. They used to make one. It was like a watermelon, had like little seeds on them and stuff. Man, it was good.
How about orange circus peanuts? You remember those?
Golly. And if you get the no-name brand, they're even worse.
I didn't think those could get cheaper, but they do, huh?
No, so like growing up, we grew up in a poor area, so it was like we would go to the rich neighborhoods to get some good candy, but when you couldn't drive, you just got whatever's in your neighborhood. And it seems like it was those little orange and brown peanut butter things, but they're hard as hell. It's like a taffy, but not. I don't know what it is. It's probably like leftovers of the good candy. And then there was another one. I'll never forget. It was like little white things that were brittle. It felt like it had a little bit of like a heath in it or something, But I remember those little clear packs. So those are very popular in this area.
Jeez Louise says that orange peanut. That's his stripper name.
Yeah.
Hey, shut up. Be Creepy just became a member, Shane. I don't know if he saw this when we unveiled it, but we got a Be Creepy cowbell here. For Be Creepy. We appreciate you, buddy.
Hell yeah, Be Creepy. Candy apple. You remember that? They said, don't eat apples. Whatever you do.
Razor blade?
In the razor blade.
Stringer says those candies are called Mary Jane's.
Oh, buddy.
I don't think I know that.
Brother, you could start chewing on one now, and it'd take you 4 days to finish it. It was bad.
What about black licorice?
No, I don't.
That's pretty bad too, right?
I like Twizzlers, but not a big licorice guy, especially the dark ones.
Did you ever have the candy? I don't know the name of it, but it was like a cue ball, and it was like it was like a never-ending thing you were supposed to lick and
Gobstopper.
Yeah. Did you ever have one of those?
Yeah, and then you end up trying to chew, and I probably chipped half my. That's probably why I have teeth problems back there. It's just trying to bite into those bastards.
Ashley Schaefer, would you rather have candy or Little Debbie's for Halloween?
Little Debbie's. Shane Tricker. Yeah, Christmas trees are out. I don't know if you saw that. You probably don't. You don't go down that aisle. That's one of those aisles Mike doesn't fit you down. Aisle 2, So, yes, they got the Christmas trees out.
Be Creepy wants to borrow this and ring it outside a shoeless broom to get him out.
Is he part of the crew that's walking around campus right now?
Hey, so this is what I was talking about, jawbreakers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, jawbreakers. Yeah, no, those, I never liked that. I never liked those candies. My brother, he liked those sugar daddies,
Yeah.
I hated those. I mean, you just work on them all day long. It's like candy canes. It's like, ugh.
It was the opposite of that?
Trey Day.
Oh, no, that's right. He gifted another one, Shay. This one to Maya World. Maya,
welcome to the family.
Courtesy of All Day Trey.
Black Molly's. Jeez, the crowd's getting a little wild, ain't it?
Yeah, ho-hos. Did you ever have a ho-ho?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like shit. No.
How about a snowball? Did you like them?
Yeah, oh yeah. Snowballs. I can go on those. You ever had them? That's the only kind of marshmallow probably I'd go. Like that's almost too far, but it was just enough. I like the coconut.
Hey, cousin Derek said he saw you in Pigeon Forge.
Hell yeah, he did.
He said,
there, little
Mike, you'll love this. My 4-year-old daughter and I saw Shane the other day at Pigeon Forge and said, "Hey there, little girl," and she said, "What's going on, wild man?"
Hell yeah. Well, I'll be up there. I was up there at the paint and sip. That was awesome. And hopefully I'll see some cousins at the games this weekend. That's the best part because, we're going to be floating around. It's going to be hard to miss me. So hopefully I'll see you. If you see me, just yell at me. I'll come over.
All right. Anything else, Shane, before we wrap this one up? I know we could talk candy all night.
Man,
we can save that for the mailbag show.
Brother, I'm telling you, I'm stuck on this Russell Stouffer deal. I told you. And it's bad. I've been trying not to do it. I'm an addict. Some people are Coke addicts. Some people are just sugar addicts. And I stopped by this Russell Stouffer's thing, and they got these, it's called bloopers. And so Russell Stouffer's, when you've probably seen them, you open up the box, and there's like 10 little things here, and you really don't know what it is, but you can read at the top of the box and see what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Well, these bloopers, they don't say that. You don't know what you're getting. It could be Thin Mints in there for all you know. So, but you take a chance. It's $20. You scratch that ticket and you may win. But it's the best deal in town right now. So I've been on a heater, and that's a sad thing. But
And did
that's
you
where
say
I'm at.
it's like an all variety of them?
Yeah, so like the last one was like these bear claw type deals,
So here's what you do, Shane. Again, this is where we got to get you.
Okay.
Because we're trying to get you to be super successful, being
Yes.
a world famous guy. This has got to be a live show reveal. You go up there, get it sponsored. Hell, they'll probably give you the candy, and it's just you trying the different candies for hours. I mean, who wouldn't watch that? And you rate them as you eat them.
As I'm doing my pavia walk, so it's just neutralizing each other.
Yeah, so just think on that one. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 Central for the mailbag. Stephen will be back to give his predictions tomorrow, 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern, same time as always. But until then, buddy, we'll catch you all on the next one.
All right, see you guys. Go Vols.
Hey, buddy, this beer's for you, Mike, and Cousin Shane. That SEC podcast loves the Pirate, and the Pirate loves that SEC podcast. Hail State.